What's up YouTube and multi-tool people? I'm Joe, you're watching Ink&Iron, and today we're going to take a look at my multi-tool collection, and I just want to start it out with an honorable mention. This is the Gerber suspension multi-tool. This was technically the first multi-tool I ever purchased. However, as you can see by the tools kind of falling out of it, it is not exactly in a good place to be shown off on video. I have abused this tool. I have obviously torched the tip and totally screwed up the temper. It does still open and close on its own, but yeah, it's not worth showing. So let's go to my tools that still function, take a look at them on my desktop, and yeah, hope you guys have fun. See you there. First one is kind of an odd one. This is called the Hex Flex. This was a multi-tool my girlfriend got me, and it is kind of interesting. You got like a lanyard ring, some hex drivers, some Phillips drivers, and a flathead. And then I guess you could use this as another sort of hex wrench, as well as all the cutouts here. I think it's a tool more geared for like cycling and stuff, but it is interesting and makes a really cool piece on the side over here. If I can get it looking nice. There we go. So first up is going to be my Victorinox Classic. This is in the sapphire scales. Got tweezers, toothpick, blade, nail file with a little driver, and then scissors. Super handy little tool. I've had this a long time and I didn't use it for a long time, although lately I have started collecting some more multi-tools like this. Okay, next up, this is an outdated model mini champ, I believe. Someone in the comments on a different video told me that. Tweezers, toothpick slot, took the toothpick out because this is a used tool. Obviously it says Catherine, so that is the tool's name now. There is a sheep's foot blade. There is a, this is an orange peeler. It's an extremely interesting tool. You can see the little blade edge right in here. So I guess you kind of poke it into the skin and then pull it back, kind of like a gut hook, if you're familiar with that from like hunting knives. This is a nail cleaning tip and a nail file, nothing on the back side. This was a blade, however someone pried with it and totally screwed it up, so I got this tool really cheap. Same little scissors on there. There's a cuticle pusher, which is kind of interesting. I have tried it. It's not the best cuticle pusher. I have some like, actual cuticle pushers that work better. And then here's a small, this is just a flathead screwdriver, and then if you can see the marks on there for standard and metric measuring. Yeah, I don't really use rulers that small ever, but I guess it's nice to have. Okay, next size up, here's a Victorinox Explorer. Yeah, I got most of these this year because I really fell down the rabbit hole. There's a Phillips driver, which is officially my favorite multi-tool Phillips driver because it's cut diagonally as opposed to sort of parallel with the scale direction. There is a magnifying glass, which I kind of screwed up cleaning with alcohol, so be wary, don't clean it with alcohol. Can opener, flathead screwdriver, cap lifter, pretty standard. Here's the big scissors, really love these scissors. And then you've got your small blade and your large blade. Toothpick slot, obviously, threw the toothpick away. There's a corkscrew. There is a space for a straight pin, however, this did not come with a straight pin. Maybe it got lost. There's a reamer awl on here. These are super handy, and if you really need to like punch into something, this is the way to go right here. And then one more tool on here, the parcel hook. I haven't found a specific use for this yet in my personal life, but as soon as I do, I'll let you know because it is a fascinating tool. Alright, that's my Victorinox Explorer. Next up, I have a Victorinox Swiss Champ. Oh yeah, look at all those layers. And a notable side note here, I put a deep carry clip on here. This just sort of dangles. I got a set of these off of eBay. I got like 5 or 6 of them. This is like Sanskrit on the back. Yeah, not sure where it's from, but this design is really, really nice. This little there's like two coils of wire that interact with each other in such a way that they screw apart and together. So yeah, that's what's keeping that on there. Really cool. This really keeps this more tame in my pocket because this is a bit of a brick. I'm just going to go over the new tools that are on this one compared to the Explorer. Little eyeglass screwdriver, super handy. There is actually a straight pin in this one, so you can slot that into the scale. Now that we have the corkscrew extended, here's a small chisel. This one's really beat up, I need to work on it. What else? Small flathead screwdriver, haven't used it yet. We do have the parcel hook again, have the reamer again. So let's flip her on over. These are the plus scales, so you've got tweezers, toothpick slot, again threw it away for a used tool, and then the ballpoint pen. I actually have a separate video on how to derive a 90-degree angle using the corkscrew, the pen, and the small blade on here. So if you're interested, I'll drop a link in the description. Got the large blade again. So here's a file, and this is a real ass file, if you're asking me. There's a double cut on both sides, as well as a metal saw down here. I have not used this on metal, although it does work on wood and plastic, so I have high hopes. Here's a saw I've actually used, which is funny if you watch my other multi-tool videos. You will recognize this saw as having cut off this guy's little body. I'll link the video to where I carved this guy as well. This is a very nice saw. I do enjoy it. The kerf is wider than the saw blade itself, so it doesn't bind up much. Very useful. Next to the saw is a fish scaler, which I haven't used. I'm not a fisherman, although it does have, it looks like centimeter marks on here. Large scissors, again, super useful. Here's a unique tool. This is a very small pair of pliers, and if we zoom in, we can see we have a little soft wire cutter, as well as some little teeth on here if you're grabbing very small bolts. Zoom in, zoom in. See the texturing on here? Yeah, so there's a little bit of texturing on these jaws. This is actually turning out to be a more useful tool than I thought, which I will go over in the full review of this tool. And then we do have another magnifying glass. This one is actually glass, so it did not get screwed up when I cleaned it, which was nice. And Phillips head again, flathead cap lifter, as well as the can opener. And there you go, that's the Swiss Champ. This thing is a beast of a tool, and has actually been more fun to carry than I thought it was going to be. Next up, Leatherman Free P4. I just got done shooting my 1-year review of this tool. The long story short, you should not be buying this tool because it is not $140 worth of value in a tool. However, it is pretty cool, and it definitely has me excited for what Leatherman's going to be doing in the future. So I'm not going to go over the tool set, except to say that I really like knives, and this is a really great knife blade on here. This is one of the few redeeming tools on this set. Anyway, go check out my full review if you want to know more about that. And here's another tool for which I have a full review, or at least comparison to the P4. This is the Leatherman Surge, and this is my old reliable multi-tool right here. The clip does wobble, it always has. It really hasn't taken off that much of the coating, which is surprising because it just does this all day in my pocket. It is a beast of a tool. I did fully disassemble this and clean it and oil it, so it has had pretty good treatment, considering I had used it for about 4 years before then. It also has very nice tools on it, which I really like. This is probably one of the best multi-tool scissors outside of the Swiss Champ over here. Yeah, overall I love the Surge, and I have kicked the absolute crap out of this tool, and it keeps coming back for more. So yeah, it's basically irreplaceable for me. Okay, and that would be the entirety of my multi-tool collection as of 2020. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more content like this, please follow the channel. I also do knives and fountain pens. And let me see if I have a pen to throw in here. Whoops, sorry. There's a Karis Customs ink. I do all kinds of everyday carry sort of gear. So yeah, if that's your thing, feel free to subscribe. And for even more free content, you can check out my Patreon. That's right, it's free. Link in description. Okay, I have been Joe, and you've been watching Ink&Iron. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again next year. I'll catch you on my next video for now. Bye.